Hi my friends, my name is Eva and I'm still a nutritionist, and today we're going to talk about one of the most important, I say this in every single of my video because every single micronutrient is important, and today we're going to talk about iron and especially the deficiency in iron in our organism. Are you ready? Are you with me? Let's go. How to identify a deficiency in iron? Well, there is some symptoms that an average person can actually observe in her everyday behavior. The first one is the problem with concentration. Obviously, the problem of chronic fatigue, breaking nails and hair, and one of the most important, and this one you should not neglect, it's the problems with intestines, a bad assimilation of the food, so chronic diarrhea or some problem with constipation. What are the dosage for an average person while you have deficiency in iron? Well, while you are a child, it's very important to maintain a high level of iron for one very important reason: for the formation of your immune system and for the growth. Especially for the teenagers who are always active, who are always doing something, it's very important to maintain a very high level of iron. So for boys, it's 13 milligrams per day, and for girls is 16 milligrams per day. While you are a grown-up man or a grown-up woman, it's very important to have a high dosage in iron as well. For a man, it's 9 milligrams per day, and for a woman, it's 14 milligrams per day. Obviously, because we have periods and because we are losing a lot of blood. And especially for people who are my favorite seniors out there, what is very important is to maintain a level of iron which is stable, but not as high as the other one, because you are less likely to have a lot of physical activity and you are not obviously growing. How iron can be brought in our daily ratio via food? Well, it's very easy. There is two types of iron: the heme iron and the non-heme iron. The heme iron have a better assimilation in our body because it comes from a protein. It comes from animal products. What does that mean? That means that coupled with the protein, the iron is better assimilated in our eukaryote cells. As we all know, we have a double push of lipids in our beautiful eukaryote cell. We have a canal of protein which permits the passage of the micronutrients via the canal protein in the cell. Why it's so important to be coupled to a protein? Well, while you have the assimilation of iron which is coupled with the protein, it permits a better passage through the protein canal in the cell and is better assimilated via our apparatus of Golgi and the synthesis of the DNA. So coupled with the protein, the iron is better assimilated in our eukaryote cells. This is clear. Well, and how can we find the M iron in our food? Well, it presents in meats, in red meats, in subproducts of meats, as well as fish and some algae. So, for example, spirulina. Also, where can we find the non-heme iron? The non-heme iron comes from vegetables, from veggies, and especially from soya seeds, from sesame seeds, from spirulina, as well from the chocolate. And as well, yes, the chocolate with a high percentage of cacao has a very important dosage of iron. Another myth that I want to debunk, it's about spinach. The spinach has this nomination of being very high in iron. Well, let me tell you something. It contains only 5 milligrams per 100 grams of products, so it's not so much. So now when we have debunked this myth, how to maintain this better assimilation of the iron in our body? Well, the iron has to be coupled with a very important vitamin, and I think we all know what is it. It's the vitamin C. While you're coupling your iron with the vitamin C, you have a better assimilation of the iron in our cells. Which food supplements shall we choose in iron? Well, you have a lot of varieties and types of iron that are present in the food supplementation. The first one is the ferrous iron. It's the most common form that we can find in some food supplementation. It's well assimilated, but it may cause some stomach issues. So you have to consume the ferrous iron with some food. The other one is the ferric iron. The ferric iron is less good assimilated than the ferrous iron, but it doesn't cause any stomach issues. The other one, and the star of our today's video, is the bisglycinate iron. It's the form which is the well assimilated by our body, and it's bioavailable and bioactive in our body. What does that mean? That means that the body is the most likely to assimilate this kind of iron. The most important thing that you shall not forget is that the two of the before that we've talked about are okay for person who have mild deficiency in iron, while the bisglycinate iron has this potential for being effective for people who are presenting a lot of problems and have a lot of deficiency in iron. And it's also very important to know that this type of iron is okay for people who are doing a course of iron for the winter, for example. The glycinate iron, it's like the ferrous iron, is assimilated by the organism but may cause some stomach issues, so don't forget to consume it with some food. And last but not least, iron sulfate. Iron sulfate is a very important type of iron because this is the average one that you can find in every pharmacy, and actually it's the most cheap one, but it's less likely to be assimilated like the bisglycinate iron, and it's iron who may cause stomach problems. So keep this in mind. Keep in mind that when you are over consuming iron, you might have the presence of some stomach issues. So to make a recap before the summary, how to choose the right iron. It's very important that it has to be a very sufficient dosage. So for men, it's 9 milligrams per day, and for women, it's 14 milligrams per day. The iron, especially the non-N iron, is assimilated by our organism because it's associated with the protein. It has an even better assimilation if it's coupled with the vitamin C. So the iron has to be, to recap, assimilated with the vitamin C, has to be bisglycinate, has to have an efficient dosage, and has to be traceable. Now you have the recap, and perhaps I have nothing to add about the iron. Even the birds agree with me. Can you hear this? They're all saying, iron is good for health, iron is good for health, iron is good for your health, guys. And don't forget, guys, one of the most important things that you shall remember is that you shall remain calm. Don't forget to feel your beautiful body. Be safe, be sound, and be healthy. We're gonna make a new video next week about how to stay calm, and I'm gonna give you some life hacks. Don't forget, please, to like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below, and pop up into this notification bell to stay with me, to stay tuned, and to stay connected with me in my channel. I really enjoy making this video for you today, guys. I hope you enjoyed it as well. Bisous, bisous, et à bientôt.